didn't start the stream tonight, but someone did, from my account. That quiet moment when it's just you, the soft glow of your screen, and the stillness of the house. Hey, you ever just leave your webcam on at night, just to feel like someone's watching? That's how it started for me. That was me, more nights than I can count. Another late one, you know the drill. Studying, scrolling, maybe listening to some soft ambient sounds, just to keep the silence from feeling too heavy. It's funny, isn't it? How silence can start to feel like a weight when you're alone for long enough. I had this little habit, this small ritual. I turn on my webcam feed, but only for a handful of close friends. It was a private stream, a digital study group. We'd never talk, not really. We'd just exist together. There's a strange comfort in that kind of shared solitude, knowing someone else is out there, doing the same thing. So, that night, like any other, I clicked Go Live. The little blue light on my laptop blinked on, a familiar beacon in the dark. I remember looking at my own reflection on the screen and giving a small, tired smile. But then, something strange happened. Someone, or something, smiled back. At first, I brushed it off. It had to be a lag, right? A simple delay in the video feed. But the reflection, my reflection, its smile was wider than mine, and it lingered a moment too long. It smiled before I did. I held my breath, slowly turning around to check my room. Nothing. Just my empty chair, my bed, the familiar shadows cast by the moonlight coming through the window. It was just an empty room, but when I looked back at the camera, I saw it. There was still movement. Something was shifting in the background of the feed. A shadow that didn't belong, crawling slowly against the far wall like a spider. My own heart started to hammer against my ribs. In a panic, I slammed the laptop shut. The fan whirred down and the world went silent again. Complete, total silence. But the quiet only lasted a second. Then, a sharp metallic ping. A notification. My phone lit up on the desk beside me. I picked it up, my hand trembling slightly. The message was from the streaming platform. It read, "Your live feed is still running." But how? The lid was closed. I even reached over and shut off the Wi-Fi router. The lights on it blinked out. It was impossible. Then a faint whisper seemed to leak from my own headphones, which was still plugged into the silent laptop. It was another voice, a distorted echo, whispering, "Don't look away." I didn't even realise I was whispering out loud, my voice shaking. That's not possible. And then a voice answered back through the headset. It was my own voice, but cold, digital. It whispered, "Why did you stop looking?" My blood ran cold, against every instinct screaming at me to run, to get out. I reached out and slowly, carefully, opened the screen again. The stream window was still there, active. The view account was displayed in the corner. It read 1. The feed showed me. It showed me sitting exactly where I was, in my chair, in my room, but I wasn't typing anymore. I wasn't looking around in fear. In the video, I was staring straight into the camera, and I was smiling. A wide, unnatural, terrifying smile. And then, that me, the one on the screen, raised his hand. He waved. But my own hands were gripping the edge of my desk, white-knuckled, frozen in place. They didn't move an inch. Tone softens, becomes quieter, more resigned. I tried to end it, but it was gone. It had just disappeared from the interface. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't close the window. All I could do was stare at this. This thing wearing my face, waving at me from inside my own screen. I finally just slammed the lid shut again. I unplugged battery out of the laptop. I wrapped it in a thick blanket and shoved it into the back of my closet. It's still there. Sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet, I hear it. A faint whirring sound. The fan. Running. Sometimes I hear a faint click, and then a whisper, seeming to come from the closet door, is always the same. The feed never ends. So, a word of warning. If you ever find yourself starting a stream past midnight when the world is asleep, be absolutely sure that the feed you end is the one you actually see. Thanks for listening. It really helps the channel out. Stay safe out there, and maybe keep your webcams covered tonight.